Greetings and welcome to Hexed Encountered. I'm Joe. In this video, we'll be doing mission number 2 from the game Purple Haze. This is from Phalanx. And I did do both a first look and a playthrough of mission 1. And I stopped at the end of mission 1 before I did the R&R phase. Before I do that, I wanted to show you the log book. Now, I made a photocopy because there's only one copy in the box, and I wanted to kind of preserve that original. And that looks like this. Okay, so you can see that's the log book. And inside, you can track your individual Marines and everything like that. So the only thing I really wanted to talk about on here is the back here, because you have mission log. As we play through, and if you watch the first part, you'll already know this, you get entries that you're supposed to put in your log. For this one, we had a mission entry called Trust, which was when we found the downed pilot of the second Huey. And then this one is Pile of Metal, which was also related to that. Now, at the end of that mission, every Marine got 5 experience. We also had 1 boon card, and because we didn't get back early enough to get R&R in town, we got R&R on the base. So we have a card here where you basically roll for what happens. Now, you have 3 different levels. So you roll once to get this, and that'll tell you what group you're going to be in, and then you roll again and get these. So you can spend a boon card and give you a DRM of +2. So we do have our boon card here. So we're going to use it because I want to get the DRM. So we're going to roll 1d6. So we'll just take 1 solitary d6 here. And we got a 6, which is a good roll. Okay. So 6+, because it becomes an 8 thanks to the DRM, gives us something to write home about. So this is good. Generally speaking, I would think. I haven't actually read all of the options because I'm trying to be surprised. Now we get a 2, and you don't apply the DRM on this. So here we've got, where did you get that stuff? You're the man, Sarge. You managed to acquire some extra beer and ice cream from the Roach Coach. So 3 Marines with I need to check, but this is like mental, like a mental anguish thing. Get to discard 1 each, and I already actually pulled them off. But if I remember correctly, he had 1, and I believe Hopper had 1. So those 2 guys each have 1, but I have to roll because this indicates that you have to roll, and I don't have a 3rd one. I'm pretty sure. And I don't want to go watch the video again. Like an idiot, I cleared it all off. You do clear off the damage, so that was okay. But I guess the mental anguish piece of it stays in there. And so let me roll here. So we have to roll our d6 3 times to see which Marines are affected. So 5 is Geek, and he does not have 1. And we roll again. We get a 3. Which is Rabbit, and he does not have 1. We need a 4 or a 6. And we got a 3 again. So nobody loses their mental anguish here. So we're going to keep those 2. They still have them. And we get to move on to the next stage, which is looking at mission number 2. And mission number 2 is called Patrol. Okay, so we're basically going to go through and reset everything. I've reset most of the things. We're still on the same map, I think. And by looking at that, you would say, yes, that is true. So we're going to read this mission text right here, the briefing. And I'm going to just leave this here. So if you want to pause, you should do so right now, because I'm going to read this off camera so that we can move right into weapon selection and starting the mission. Okay, real quick before we do selecting our equipment, our primary is here, okay? And then we have a secondary up here. Now, if you did read the text, there was something about the lieutenant saying it was en route, which it's not. also noted in there. Now we have a special condition here that we need to get here before 1100. Gives us 5 hours to get there. And then we start at threat level 1. If we get to threat level 9, I put that on the wrong thing. If we get here, I'm going to put a little thing. I put a reminder here for that, but I'm also putting one here to indicate that we have a special condition here. If it reaches 9, we have to go to event 48 to read what happens. Okay, so we're going to start off here, just like we did before, by selecting our equipment. Okay, completed the loadout. So poster boy, he's the sergeant. He's our squad leader. He's got a capacity of 11. He's carrying an M16, 1 extra ration, that's 7. 2 ammo is 9, and a flak jacket makes 11. Donut here, he is the radio operator, and I forgot to give him a radio, so I need to correct this. So we're going to take this away, and he's going to get the radio set, and we're going to reduce this to a 1. Totally forgot about the radio, and we need that. So, like I said, he's a 12, so he gets the M16 is 6, 2, 3 ammo makes 9, and the radio set makes 12. Rabbit is our infantryman. He's got the M60. He's got 4 ammo for it and a frag grenade. His loadout is, his capacity is 11, but he's got a a stamina rating where the first 2 ammo for the M60 is free, so that's why he's got 4, which adds up to 13, but 2 is free, so it becomes an 11, which is good for him. Then we have Hopper, who's the scout. I made him the point man. He's got his M40 sniper rifle, which does not require special ammunition. He's also got a flak jacket, 1 extra rations, and 2 smoke grenades. So we've got 6, 8, 10, 11. And then we have Geek Raiden here. He's the engineer. He's got the M79 grenade launcher as well as the Claymore. The Claymore doesn't cost him anything. Take the Claymore mine at no cost. So the Claymore's free. Then he's got the M79 with 2 ammo. 2 frag grenades, 2 ammo, and an extra rations. That adds up to 13. But again, the M18 Claymore is free. Fluke has 4 first aid kits. First 2 are free. Then he's got an M16 and 3 ammunition for it. So that is our loadout here. I made the encounter deck. We have 4 cards for the mission, as well as 1 general card I randomly drew and randomly seeded in our encounter deck. 0600, we start with 15 stamina and 1 threat level, and we are ready to take our first action. Okay, since we have to get to 1 by 1100, we're going to hump in this direction. Let me put my squad marker out. We start at the base. So here we have, I believe that is rice patty, I think. So that's helpful because patty only costs 1 stamina and time. So we move 15 minutes and down here. And then we're going to move this guy to here. Okay, now we do have some mountainous terrain, as you can see here, which costs a whole hour to cross. And the next one is a hill. So we could move diagonally to mountain. So here's where you have to do some calculating, because at some point we're going to have to go this way. But if you look, if we go here, that'll cost us 3, and then here would be 4, and then here would be 4, right? So that should get us there as long as we don't have any encounters or anything along the way. Or we could go here, 4, 4, 4. That's obviously 15 minutes longer than it could be if we just go the other way. So our next thing is to roll our threat die, which is this guy right here. It's got multiple colors on it, and that will indicate what the threat level does. So we're going to roll this. And we got a gray, as you can see. So gray is actually good because it's no change. So nothing changes there. Now we're going to make our move here, which is going to cost us 3. So we're going to lose 45 minutes. So we go 15, 30, and then 45, and this moves to 7. So we're now at 0700. We have to also remove 3 stamina. 1, 2, 3. So we're down to 11. And again, we have to roll our threat die. So we'll do that again. And this time we get a yellow. And a yellow is a +1, so the threat die goes to 2. And because the threat die was yellow, we have to draw an encounter card. Yellow or red, you draw an encounter card. And this card is Booby Trap. Look, a U.S. Army duffel bag in the bush there. So the point man will test a difficulty 2 against his intelligence, I believe. I'm still learning some of these. It is, intelligence. So Hopper has an intelligence rating of 4 and a difficulty of 3 here. So we're going to take a test, as you can see, diff 2, sorry, not 3. So we'll either have a success, which will continue the mission, or we're going to have a boom, and then we're going to have wound cards perhaps for Hopper. Okay, so we look at Hopper. He gets 4 white dice, or gray strike dice for the test. Okay, so he gets 4. You use 3 of the focus dice, sorry, for the test of a trait test, which is what this is. You don't use crits because there's no weapon involved. So we're going to roll all the dice at the same time. And we look for matches. Okay, so we got 2 6s here plus 1 6. Then we have a 3, a 2, a 4, and the other is a white. So the diff was a 2, which means to succeed we needed to match. So because we got 2 matches, 1, 2, and the diff was 2, this is actually a success. So you needed a minimum of 2. That's what the diff indicates. So, and you're supposed to do something like this to kind of read through, right? So you take that, and then we have a success. You're not supposed to look at what happens if you fail. So success, if that ain't got booby trap written all over it, I don't know. Charlie think we're dumb or something. So now we continue our mission. So we're going to discard this guy. I'll just do that. And we go on. So we're going to move again. And this time we'll move here. So that costs 4. So we're going to move an hour. And we're going to lose 4 more of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we got to roll again to see what we get here. And we got another yellow. So that's going to raise the threat again by 1. And it's going to make us draw another encounter card. And we flip her over. Complications. Those cuts on your hands look infected. Yeah, tell me about it. I can barely grip my rifle. So we're going to check 1 Marine. So I will roll 1d6 here. Whoa. Whoa. Got a 5. Okay, so Marine 5 is Geek, our engineer. All right, so the selected Marine cannot use, great, aimed shot for the rest of the mission. Add the no shot marker to the Marine's profile card. That is fantastic. So we're going to put this on here, and he now cannot shoot. He does, however, have a couple of frag grenades. He also can use the claymore because that's not a weapon you shoot with. Okay, so now we've got 1 more to go. It's going to move us all the way down to 3 here, stamina-wise at best. But we're gonna do it anyway. So we're gonna go here. Okay, now that's going to cost us another hour. It's 0900. Now we have to check, of course. Well, we also have to move this down to 3. Oh, one thing I forgot to do. We were adjacent to the enemy spot here, so we have to move this up by another 1 because it's now 4. And then for this one, we just marched into that, so that's going to automatically move the threat level up by 2. And we still have to roll here to see, to see what happens with the threat track. Oh my, we rolled a red. So red means that we have to move to 8. This is fantastic. So we're at 8, which is awful. And we now have to resolve the event first. So we're going to resolve event number 1. And it's right here. So number 1, as you approach the target location, vegetation thins. You can see trees have been cut down, but the foliage is still too dense to make much out. You can't tell if the enemy is there, if it's just more jungle. If you have revolution, bribe, or force, go to 2. We do not. Otherwise, make the following decision. Send 2 Marines to circle around and investigate. The rest remain here. That'll add a half hour and send us to 3. Or move the whole squad into the target location. I'm going to just go, and we're going to move the whole squad into the location. So we're going to go with 4. We go to 4. If it's 1100 or earlier, go to 9, which it is. So we're going to go to 9. And here's 9. As you head in, you see a small VC unit getting ready to march out from some kind of camouflage camp. You don't need long to think. May not be a better chance than this. Prep for an ambush. We'll hit them as they leave. And then we have a combat to set up here. So I will set that up. All right, we're all set up. There's the enemy. Here's our Marines. Okay, so I made some quick adjustments because I forgot to put the soft cover out. That's denoted by the dots here. So he has 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, and 2. So the soft cover is denoted by these discs here. And as you lose it, it goes away. But when you have it, it goes away and it removes a hit. So it's beneficial, obviously, to have it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is trigger our Claymore Mine here. So as you can see, it removes 3 soft covers and ignores hard cover. It targets the first enemy row, which is this one. I don't have any hard cover there. But this guy's got 3 soft and that one has 2. So that's going to remove those. And then it's going to, you get 8 strike dice, 3 crit, and 2, I'm sorry, 8 strike, 2 crit, and 3 focus. Okay, so, and the first, before you can roll for damage, you have to roll a 1d to make sure it's not a dud. So that only happens on a 6. We're going to roll. Great. All right, well, so much for that. That's a shame because that was going to do some damage there. All right, so no Claymore, so we go right to combat. So I'm going to use my radio operator. We're going to call it an artillery strike here. So place the artillery marker next to the targeted enemy row. We're going to go for this one. Okay. And then it says refer to fire support card for how to resolve at the start of the next Marine activation. All right, so that means on the next activation, not this one. Right? Okay. And it costs 6. So that means we're going to lose the ability to attack right now because we're going to go from 3 down 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are activating now. So we go to the enemy activation. So the first thing we do is resolve their tactics marker, which they have right here. Mortar, remove 2 soft cover, 8 strike, 2 crit. Okay. So we got to do that. So they get 8 strike, which is a lot. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. They get combat is 2 focus, and they get 2 gold, 2 crit dice. So I'm going to roll them all at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to put them out. So we got a 4 and a 5 for our focus. We have a 2, 4, 2 more 4s. That's our crits. Then we have another 2, a 1, 3, another 2, and a 6. So just like with the Marines, we look for matches. So we have 3 here on 4. Number 4 is Hopper. He does have a flak jacket. We'll get to that in a moment. So there's 4 there. We have a 5, which does match a crit as well. 5 is Raiden. This is how you apply it. Whatever matches apply to the Marine with that number. Then 1, we don't have any matches for 1. We have a crit with 3. And we have a 6, which matches nothing. And then we have 3 2s. All right. So it looks like 2, 3, 5, 4, and 5. Everybody but Poster Boy and Fluke are going to take some damage here. So not great for us. Not great at all. Actually, I don't think this counts as a hit because it's a crit and a strike matching each other. So here we would have 2 hits, 2 hits here, 2 hits here, and 3 hits here. Because it's a crit, it's 2 hits. So 3 hits to number 4. So we take this and we put 3 hits on 4. Then we have 2 hits on 5. So we take 2 1s and we put these on him. And then 2 hits on 2. Take 2 of these and we put them on him. Okay, so this is temporary because his soft cover will absorb 1 of these hits. So we're going to take that and we're going to find him on here. He's our radio man. Oh, he has hard cover, so that absorbs both hits. Okay. So he has hard cover, which absorbs it, but he loses his soft cover because the soft cover, when it's used to absorb damage, it goes away. Okay, so that takes care of him. Now we come down here. He's got 3, and Hopper is he's here. He's got 2, so he'll lose both of those, and he will get 1 hit. Okay, and then we've got 5, Raiden with 2 hits, and he is our engineer, and he's right here, and he's only got 1 cover, so he's also going to have 1 damage. Correction. He took critical hit, so that means that is not absorbed. Whoops, wrong thing here. So he's actually got 2. So the soft cover is still destroyed, but he doesn't get the benefit from it because it was a critical hit. Okay, now unfortunately for us, all that did was play this out, and now we actually still have to do the enemy activation. Why did I have 2 of those? Okay, so we move that and slide the other 2 down. And now we go to their actual activation. So we draw a combat marker, okay, which look like this. And here's what we have. So this will cost them 6, which is going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back to 3 for us. They get 1 extra focus and 2 crits on this attack as well. Now this symbol here means if there's an enemy without hard cover and there's an empty hard cover space, he would move into it. That is not the case. They only have 2 hard cover here and here. So that does not have an impact, but this is the attack they'll be using. So we do have to roll here. So for each of their men, they get 1 strike dice. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8. Okay, but you also get points for elite as well. So that's what? That's 9 right there. So they start with 8, and then you get an extra 1, 2, 3. So they actually have 11 dice here to roll. They get 3 of these, and they get 2 crits. All right, so let's roll them in sequence this time. So we'll roll these first. We got a 1, 5, 6. 1, 5, 6. Then we take these. Got a bunch of ones. Got 3 1s. Couple 3s. That won't matter. And a 5. And 2 6s. And another 1. So 4 1s. And a 4. So the 4 does not matter. Now we'll roll our crits. And we got a 1 and a 5. So that's bad. That's bad. Okay. So 1's our squad leader. He's here. He's got 2 soft cover. So he'll lose 1 of those for... I'm just going to take this out right now. So he's got 1 soft cover, and that takes care of the crit. So we've got still 6 damage. Okay. So he's going to lose this, and he's going to take 5 damage. So 5 damage, of course, is a lot. So I'm going to do 3, and 2 1s for him. And his damage, his health is a 7. So if he takes 2 more wounds or 2 more damage, he gets a wound. So that takes care of these. Now we have this, which is a total of 3 to number 5. Number 5, of course, is Geek, our engineer. He has no cover left, so he will take all 3 hits. So he went from from 2 to having 5 himself, and he's also a 7. Okay, and then we have 6, which is also 2 hits, and that is Fluke, our corpsman, who's here. Okay. And he has, he lost his cover. So he's got hard cover, which will remove 1. He's going to take 1 damage. And he's also a 7. Okay, so now we move this 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is done. And now it's the Marines activation. So now we roll to see if our artillery comes in. Okay, so let's go over how that works. So here in the trusty old rule book, you can see during combat, the radio operator can use fire support, a special skill to bring in artillery. And then right there at the top, artillery fire support, right? So we're going to look at the fire support card to determine if it comes in, okay? So here's the fire support card. You can see to resolve an artillery airstrike, roll 1d6, apply the results in the tables below. So we're going to start with A. So if we roll it less than the radar operator's intelligence, you apply damage. If it's greater, fire support's delayed until the next Marine activation, then roll on B. All right, so we're going to roll. And our radar operator's intelligence is a 4. So a 4 or less means we apply damage now, and if not, we go to table B. And we rolled a 4, so we're going to apply the damage right now. Okay, so this isn't like a regular attack. So here's artillery damage. Roll 1d6, remove all hard cover and targeted roll if you roll a 6. Then each enemy in the targeted roll receives 1d3 plus 2 hits, and you remove 2 soft cover. Okay, so let's roll our d6 here. And we got a 3. All right, so there actually is no hard cover in here, which means maybe I should have targeted that row, but live and learn. Okay, so they all lose 2 soft cover. These 2 are gone. He loses both of his, and he loses 2 of his. Now we roll another d6, and we're going to have it. So that's 3 damage each. 3 damage each. So that's 1 more there. And so he's got 5. So that's going to become a 3. And then he's going to also, his is going to be a 4 because he has 6. And his is a 4, so he's going to become a 1. So he's almost dead. Okay, so these are hit dice that just kind of denote how much health the unit has left. Okay, and they've now lost their cover as well, so any further damage will be applied to them. And now we can do our activation. So let's have Warnock here. We'll use one of his 4 ammos to do an attack. Okay, so it's going to cost us 6. Okay, so the machine gun is a pretty nice weapon, right? The M60. If you're within 2 rows of range, we're actually within 1 because this one does not count. So we're going to target this guy right here. So he's going to lose 3 soft cover. And then we add an extra strike die. So instead of 2, we get 3. Or focus die. So we get 3 focus die. Then we get 8 strike die. So 4 of those. And 3, 4 more. And 2 crits. Okay. So like I said, we're going to target this guy. He's going to lose all 3 of his soft cover because we're firing the M60 at him. Now we'll get this. Let's roll our 3 focus dice. Whoops, let's get this out of here. Okay, so we got a 2, a 3, and a 6. 2, 3, 6. Now I'm going to take these. 8. And we get 6. We got a bunch of 1s, which will count. We got 2 2s as well, which will also count. And then 2 3s. We got 2 3s and 2 2s. We do have some hits here. We've got 2, 4, 5. And he's only a 3, so I don't even need to really roll these, but I will anyway. And we got a 4 and a 5, which actually don't do anything for us. So with he's got 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, and then 2 more here. So that's actually 7 hits. His cover's already gone. His health is a 3, so he has been eliminated. Put him up here in the dead pile. This goes away. Using the machine gun costs us 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We flip him over. I think I forgot to flip the radio man over as well. So we'll do that. And that's it for us. We go back to them. They have another tactic to play. They have aimed shot, random marine, 4 and 1. So let's see who the marine is. It's 4, and that is Hopper. So they get 2 of those. They get 4 of these, and they get 1 crit for this attack here. We'll roll them all together. 5, 2, 3. 2 6s and 2 2s. Okay, so that's 3 hits. So we're targeting 4. So he gets 3 more hits, which gives him a total of 4. We'll just put a 3 here with the 1. Whoops, I did it again. There we go. All right. Okay, so now that's gone. This down there. Now we draw another tactic for them, or activation. So it's cost them 5, and it gives them 1 extra, 1 crit and 1 purple, 1 extra focus. So they're going to have 3. Now we again count up the enemy. So we killed 1. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So they get a base of 7. That's 5, 6, 7. Then they get 1, 2, 3 bonus again. So we have 10 of those. And now we just roll them. I'm going to roll them all together again. Shake them up real good. Right, that's a 4. All right, so let's look at our results here. 5, 3, 2. Got a 4 and 3 other 4s. That does not match any of these, but it's still going to do damage. Then we got a 3. We have a 2. We have 2 1s. We don't have a 5. And the 2 actually match that too. So that's going to be 3 hits here, 1 here, 3 here, and 1 there. 5 is nothing. So everybody except 5 and 6 is in for some pain here, it looks like. We'll start with 1. He draws 1, okay, but he's in hard cover, so that's nothing. All right, then we've got 2 who took 3 hits, one of which is, of course, a crit. He is Radio Man. He is right here. He's also in hard cover. So despite that, he still takes 2 hits, I think, or 3 hits. He might take 3 hits. I think he takes 3. So we'll give him 3 hits. Then, so that's him. Then 3 is Warnock. He has not taken any damage yet. He is here. He will lose nothing because it was 1 match and he's in hard cover. And number 4, Mr. Hopper, who has 4 damage. We've got 3 matches there. He is our scout, so he is Mr. Binoculars over here, and he's going to not have any cover. He's going to take 3 more damage. And guess what? That's going to be 7. So for the first time, we're actually going to see a wound card drawn. I'm going to remove these, and we're going to draw a wound card, which is this guy right here, this deck. We're going to draw the top card. Well, that ain't good. So we've lost our scout, our point man, Hopper. He's been killed. Flip the KIA Marines profile card. Leave this card under it until the end of the mission. All right, so we have to get a new point man. We'll just put it up here for now. And actually draw 2 wound cards and take the lower number. So we can ditch this, I think. He still takes a critical wound. All right, so he takes a critical wound. I'm going to put this out. Okay, so when you draw this card, he gets +6 of, so that's this. And he's also already got 1, so that's going to give him 7 of those. So he's going to also have to draw one of these guys. Okay, so now he's got a very severe condition and a critical wound. Okay, so he loses 4 of his hits here. And let's see, he gets, he can't shoot. His fire is -1. When you draw this card, we did that, and we have to add this guy right here because he's got a critical wound. We're going to have to stretcher him out. Okay, so I'm going to stick this on here, and I'm going to stick this on here. And we are going to move on here. So that costs them 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 1 tactic left. This is terrible. And he is our scout. So I'm going to flip him because we can't activate him. And put that out. All right. So now we'll do we'll do Poster Boy here. We'll give him a fire order. He's going to fire his M16. We will try to, let's see, who should we try to take out? Well, this is one of their bigger, better units. So let's try to take him out because he's got 3. The range is 1, 2, 3. So he's shooting the M16, and at 3, he would get 2 extra strike dice plus burst damage. Okay, so he's going to get, this will cost us 5. We're going to get 6 strike dice, 4 focus dice, 2 crits. And we can't do aimed fire. We have no line of sight penalties either. So we're going to roll this here. So like I said, we get 4 of these. We get 2 crits. And we get 6 of these. 6 of those. All right, so let's roll these first. All right, 5, 1, 1, 3. Now we'll take these. Okay, we got a 5. 2 6s. 2 4s. And a 2. And now we roll these. We got a 4, which does us nothing, and a 1. Okay, so the 1 matches 2 of these, so that's going to be 4 hits. Then we got 5, so that would be an extra hit. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. 7 hits. Now, because of the burst effect, we can actually apply them to here and here. And because neither one of these has any cover left, we can kill both of these guys with this one attack, which is actually what I was hoping for. Okay, so now we've evened out the odds a little bit. We're running out of time here. All right, so they get their last tactic here. Let me move all of this out. All right, they get their last tactic here. So find out what this is. Support. Oof. Add an extra unit. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this, and I don't know where you put it. I guess back here in the back row. Seems like a logical place, and he gets to be soft cover as well. All right. Okay. Well, not great, not great. All right. So we're going to also add an extra 1 to whatever they do here. So we spent 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're up there now. It's their turn. We did their tactic. Now we draw an action, and it's a 4 towards the green. So they don't actually do anything. So that was lucky for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the extra 1 is 5. We're at a 2. It's our turn again. We really only have our engineer who can't fire, but he does have the grenades, and I don't think the grenade range, grenade range only is 1. So he can't really do anything. And then we have our corpsman, who does have an M16, okay? He might have a line of sight issue with the guy in front of him. So he can fire the M16. And if we go out to a range of 3, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, he can attack this guy. And with the M16, you remove 1 soft cover. So we'll do that, leaving him with 2. Then we will do, let's see, we get, oh, I forgot to remove the ammo from him. He's down to 1. He was down to 3, so I'm going to flip this to 2. Or 2, I guess. Flip that down. He spent 1 of them one side, right? So you flip it. So yeah, we're activating him. So I'm gonna flip him over. And we'll have one activation left, and for him it's probably just gonna be move, like move here or something. Because there's really not much else he can really do. Can't shoot. I guess he could move up here. I could maybe try and move and see if he can throw a grenade, but the only one he could target would be that guy. So we'll see. Okay. So he's here, and so we're firing our M16. So he's going to spend one of his ammo. So I'm going to just take this one away. And that leaves us with 2. Now, if we fire on, we're going to fire on, well, you know what? Let's not, we want the extra strike dice. So you get 6 strike dice and 2 crits. The range is 1, 2, 3. So he will get splash if he wants it, and I don't think that can apply to anybody because he's the only one in that row. So that doesn't really matter, but the extra 2 focus dice is nice to have. So we'll roll 4 of these. And then we got a 1, 2 3s, and a 5. 5, then we roll 6 of these. Roll 1, second 1, 6, 6, 2 4s, and a 3. This is good. Good result. Now we'll roll our 2 crits as well. And we got a 4 and a 3. So the 3 is good, and the 4 is not. Okay. So 2 hits, 3 hits, that's 5, 6, 7. So 7 total hits, and he's only got 1 cover left, so he is going to be dead, and we gain 2 for that. Now we did spend 6, but we get 2 back, so we're going to move it 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, so they are up. They're out of tactics at last, and so we're going to draw. See what they do. This is not great. So we've got a 5 towards us, which will become a 7 towards us. They've got a purple. They get an extra focus, 2 crits, and the star, which gives them an extra tactics marker. Okay, so now we have to roll the attack here. So it's going to be 3 crit, or 3 focus rather, 2 crit, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strike dice. So we have just as many as we need. Let's do this. We'll roll these first. 1, 3, 5. We'll roll these. That was a 5. So 5 takes 4 hits. That's Geek. He's already at 5, so that's going to push him into the wound card range. And he is here, has no cover. So let's see. 5 is going to be 10. So I think we leave that there, and he draws a wound card. Critical wound. Okay. So he's got a -4, leaving him with 3. Which is what he already has. And I'm going to say that that's not a big deal. So he takes 5 psychological damage. So that's 3, 2 more is, whoops, 2 more is 5. So his limit there is also 7. And he's another, we got 2 of these now. That's great. And we'll put that on there, and he can no longer fight, of course. Oh boy. Okay. And that moves that 2 towards them. That also moves that 2 towards them. So our actual adjustment is actually a 4 towards them, and then a 2 towards us. So it's actually a 2 towards them. I forgot to apply that before. My bad. We may have a terrible ending to this particular mission. Things are not going well at all. So that takes care of this one. Right. And throw this out. Now we have 3. That's 2. That's 1 more. So 1 for him gives him 6. But actually, no, because he's got hard cover. That's only 1 hit. And then 3, he's also hard cover. He's got 2 soft, so that's 2 hits. He's going to lose 1 of his soft covers. He's actually escaped pretty nicely, and then nothing from these. So all things considered, that wasn't terrible. That moves 5 in our direction, which becomes 3. 1, 2, 3. Now for our combat orders, I think we're going to do a move. Recover. I could do take cover, I guess. Take cover up to the maximum allowed by the Marines specialization. So that would give him back. He's only got 1 soft cover. So I think, if I remember correctly, yeah, he only has 1. But that's what we're going to do because he's, yeah, that's it. Actually, you know what? We're just going to have him idle. Because that'll leave the initiative for us there, which prevents them from having another turn. So I think at this point, after all the Marines have gone, okay, so we check for end of combat here, and we have now met. It's the Marines activation. All 6 Marines have been activated. So if not, so we go to end of combat, and we're going to check load capacity. If Marine took a wound card, check his new load capacity to see if he needs to swap or discard equipment. Okay, so we have a couple of things here. He's got a critical wound, so his load capacity goes down by 3, which is fine because he can ditch his ammo and his grenades. Actually, let him keep the grenades. We'll swap that. We'll swap this to somebody else, but we'll do that in a moment. So if he ditches this, he ditches the ammo because he doesn't need it. That gives him 2, so he still needs to reduce by 1 more. I guess I could toss this too. I don't really want to because it helps with recovery. We're going to ditch the grenade launcher. So he'll keep the frag grenades because we're going to swap these. Actually, no, we don't need to do that if we swap it. Right? What am I doing here? Okay, so let's swap the rations to who? Who can take it, I guess, is the question here. So we're going to move these 3 to someone else. So they can only carry, well, he's at 9, so he can actually take the frag grenades, and that would give him 3. And he's used up an ammunition, so he has room for 1 of the extra rations. All right. So he's good now. And now we got this guy here who's lost. He also lost 3, of course. That makes sense. We'll toss the 2 smoke grenades. And we'll toss his flak jacket. And we'll keep the extra rations on him, I guess. He's being moved anyway. All right, so the next, we reduce the threat, gain experience, and draw boon cards. Okay, at the end of combat, unless the mission has been ended as a result of the combat, take the following steps. Threat reduced to 1. So that's good. Okay. Experience, if more than half, which is not. So we don't get anything from that, and we don't get any boons either. So we're supposed to remove. We remove both of these, right? Because that has been resolved and the enemy is no longer there. We note intercept, so I have to note that on my log. I will do so right now. Intercept, that is a mission specific one. Okay, then decision, check the perimeter for more of them or search the site. So I guess we're going to search the site, which is going to cost us an extra 30 minutes. And to do that, we go to number 14. So let's go to 14. Okay, your men scattered to search the site. Bamboo cages. Point to it being some kind of POW camp. A Marine comes to you with the remains of a half-burned map that has specific locations marked on it. One of the marks is the camp you're in. There's another mark to the west of you, the same kind of site, maybe a stronghold. Who knows? Okay, the scout tests diff 2 to determine where to place 3 on the map. Well, our scout, unfortunately, is extremely injured and has a severe condition, which both of those combined reduce his, well, his intelligence is reduced by 1. So, plus he's on a stretcher, so I'm not sure how he could do this. I'm going to say he's just going to fail it. I'm not even going to bother to roll it. I'm just going to say he fails it. So we have to place 3 on 90 north, 86 east, 90, 86. That's all the way down here. Okay. And then we go to 23. 23, you radio in the situation. The LT on the other end asks if you're squad's in good enough shape to check out the new intel. It's not. He says it's imperative the brass get more info about what Charlie's up to. You look at your Marines with trepidation. We are going to decline the new mission. We have two Marines on stretchers. It's time to amscray and get back to base. Understood, I'll defer to your judgment. You can hear the LT's disappointment. Return to base and we'll debrief. You need an evac or are you good? We're going to take the evac. So see action below. If it's daytime, march your squad until you can take an evac action. If it's night, perform a night bivouac and then march your squad until you can take an evac action. Okay. So we need to make an LZ, and we can't do that in mountainous terrain. So we have to move. Okay, so we have a plus 1 hour here, and an extra -1 on the stamina track. So that would, to move to another mountainous, which we have to, is already an hour. We'd be adding another hour, and we'd be taking 6 here, which brings us all the way to 0. So we have to bivouac, unfortunately for us. So, we have to bivouac here. So this is the bivouac action flow chart. So it is a standard bivouac, adjust time track. Roll the threat die every time the minute enters 00 on the time track. We are at 30. So if we bivouacked for 2, which isn't enough, but I'm just going to say that. Bivouac for 2. We can also use our first aid kit. So we're going to try, I think we're going to try that, but we need to bivouac. So we'll do 30, right? Because that'll get us here. And that gives us 2. And now we have to take a test for the threat die. So we're going to roll our threat die here. And we got a green, which is the one we wanted to get. A green gives us a -1 threat, which we're already at 1, so that's fine. And we're not adjacent to an enemy activity zone, so we're good there. Then we can conduct first aid, okay, because we stopped for 30 minutes, so we can do the first aid. So we're going to do first aid. We have 4, so we'll use 2. It's not really 4, it's 2, but the weight is 4. So we're going to test this here against his. So we take a test against his intelligence, which is a 3, which isn't great. But here you see when you first take first aid, add 2 strike to your test. So he gets to roll 5. And because this is a test and not combat, we get to roll 3 focus. So we roll 3 focus, 2, 3, 5. Now we have to hope that we get what we need here. So we're going to roll 5 of these. And we got a bunch of 6s. 2 6s, 2 5s, that's great. And a 2. So that's pretty good. So we count up our successes. We got 2 here. And 1 here, that's 3. That's 4. And then that's 5. So we have 5 successes, which allows us to remove 5 damage. So I'm going to take the 3 off of here, just because I can. And then we'll take these 2 off of him. That's 5. And that's it. So this now flips to the other side. Okay, now we are going to rest 3 more times to get up to 45. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're at 8. And so like I said, we go over mountain. That's 4 plus 2 would be 6. But we have to do this twice. So we're going to go here again, which gives us 1 more. And now we have to do the check again. So again, we're going to roll our threat die. And it's red. So red, of course, is bad. That gives us a +2 on the threat die, so we're up to 3. Okay. Now we're going to rest 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Now we're at 12. Unfortunately, that's still not enough, so we're going to go here, get to 13, because that'll give us enough to go from here to here. Then we can create our well, we might even just march in, I guess. Now, I forgot to move this up. So this is no longer a factor. But we've gone past the 0 mark now 3 times, I think. That was the 3rd. No, we've taken 2 checks. So it's 11 a.m., okay, 1100 hours. And we're at 13. So let's move here. Okay, this is going to cost us 6 because we've got the 4 for the mountainous terrain. So we lose an hour there, and then we lose 30 more minutes. Actually, we lose a whole hour for these. So we have to go down by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we move, now we do our check, actually. Another red. It moves to 5. Okay. Now we have to draw an encounter. Enemy barrage. Thud, thud, thud. Sounds like mortars. So you're not supposed to read all of this. If the threat level's green, or the squad is more than 2 spaces away from an enemy, continue mission. I think we just continue the mission because there's no enemy activity on here. So I'm going to say that means continue the mission. Okay, and that's good. So now we can move again to here. Cost 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have to roll again. And got a green this time. So that means a -1. Push us back. And that took another, we'll move it into hilly. So that only takes 3. be 45 and then another hour. So 14:45 is the time. Okay, and I think we'll do one more test. Gray, no change. Okay, so now we can try to do our LZ. Here's an LZ marker. We place it here. Now we resolve the evac. Okay. So create an LZ, which we did. Adjust the time track by 30 minutes. So that would be 15:15. Okay. Not ending the mission. We are ending the mission. Then we would do this. So we're just ending the mission. Okay, so that means we get moved back by our friendly helicopter to the base, and the mission is over. We go to the end of our mission at the back of the booklet. And we have the end. Okay. So we get +3 because we did inspect the primary objective. We did not do the secondary. We do not have, we do have intercept. The LT is pleased with the outcome of the mission and appreciates your commitment to fighting the enemy. +2 boons to distribute amongst the squad. The squad leader will decide who gets it. We don't have happy. R&R, if you have POW, no. If you have Vil or Old and Gone, no. So we're going to spend our R&R in the base again. And while that's not fun, it is good enough for me in this case because we have some wounded guys here. So let's do our R&R. Let's roll. Let me do the boons first. So we draw 2 boon cards. And we have radio operator. Okay, so this will go obviously to the radio operator. And then we have another radio operator. So we'll spend, actually we'll spend both of these to get a +4, which will make that a 5. I'm cheating a little bit, but whatever. At this point, it doesn't really matter. This was a disaster of a mission. So with a 5, that is score. Now we roll again. We got a 2, and a 2 on the score is, remember how we took LT's Jeep on a joyride? That was fun. Okay, maybe not for you. One of your Marines gets caught after the joyride. I'm going to roll here. And we got a 2, so that would be our friendly neighborhood radio operator rather. He discards 1. He suffers, let's see, suffers 2 psychological damage. Okay, and 3 other Marines discard 1 each. All right, so we have to roll this again to find the other Marines. So they would discard psychological damage. So we need to hope that Fluke gets it. I don't know if Raiden would count, but let's roll here. 4. That's Hopper. He doesn't have any. He does have this, but that doesn't count. A 1. He doesn't have any. And last chance. 4 again. So no, nobody loses anything there. That is the end of our R&R and the end of this mission. So everybody gets, what was it, 2 experience? 3. So everybody gets 3 experience. So we all have 8. We have a couple guys that have critical wounds that we'll need to take care of going forward. I'm not sure when I will play Mission 3, and I may not play it for the channel. Really depends on how you guys react to this particular video. And if there's enough interest, then I may do. Interest being indicated by number of views. You can feel free to post a comment if you would really like to see it or not. I can weigh that in as well, but really it's going to be determined by how many views the video gets to determine whether I should do this or move on to something else. So that's going to do it for now. It's been another fairly long one, though not as long as the first one. So Like I said, you have any comments or questions, etc., you know where to put them in the old comment section, and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. That's going to do it for this one. I am Joe. It is Solo Sunday, and until next time, here on the Hexed and Countered channel, I would just like to wish everyone some, happy gaming.